Shelley Winter Show, live, local, topical, and relevant. And on the phone with me right now is Congressman Rich McCormick, my brother. How are you, sir?
I'm blessed. Happy to be with you today. Thank you.
No problem. So I wanted to get you on because there was some controversy around you speaking at Morehouse School of Medicine. Can you just give us an overview, quick overview, because I got some other questions, a quick overview of what you're going to be talking about? And do you think, first question, yes or no, do you think the controversy around you speaking was fair?
I really think it's a generational problem. Politics have become so galvanized recently that we can't hear. We're too busy talking. People make a lot of assumptions about people's character because we've all been demonized. You've seen what's happened with Trump. Basically, he's made out to be Hitler. We can't look at the good things he's doing. You can't have an honest disagreement. You got to vilify the people. And maybe it's not fair. I think it's a generational problem. A lot of the differences that they're protesting are things that are not really nothing to do with what represents the best of Morehouse, which I'm a big fan of. It's really a generational thing. The things they disagree with me, their parents probably agree with me on for the most part.
Right. I kind of came to that conclusion last week. Interestingly enough, Muriel Bowser, the former mayor of Washington D.C., is being protested for speaking at a college up there. So you're right; it is a generational thing. What's your message going to be this weekend?
I'm actually super excited about my speech. It's probably one of my favorite speeches I've ever written. I don't use AI. I don't have staff do it. It's 100% for me, and really excited about really alluding to what Morehouse is, to me anyways, what it represents. And ironically, if they just wait and take a deep breath and listen, I think they're going to love the speech. I had a similar speech I gave when I was student body president there back in 2000, I guess it would be 2010. So about 16 years ago, I was the oldest student there, and I was elected by my peers after 4 years of being with them. So it wasn't like they didn't know who I was.
Right.
I think it's going to be a great speech. It's kind of a make your bed kind of speech, like Admiral McCraven. It's going to be philosophical and motivational. And I'm really excited about it. We'll post it. I hope everybody tunes in and sees what we're going to post on it. I think it's going to be great.
Now, speaking of that, you had a town hall recently. I think last year you had a town hall, kind of was disrupted, didn't get much out. How was this recent town hall? How did it go? And what did you hear from voters at your town hall?
So it was much more controlled. We try to make it 50-50. Only people who are registered voters in my district could come. Obviously, not everybody could come. There's only room for about 400.
Wait. I'm sorry. Only people that are in your district. You mean the last time there were people that couldn't even vote for you that were there?
Oh, yeah. There were tons of people. They stacked. It was about 90% liberals last time who came there like 4 hours early. We had to turn away like 800 people. It was crazy.
Oh, wow.
We had standing room over and overflow. There were people outside. People were walking for like half a mile to even get close, and then they had to get turned away because there's no parking anywhere near. It was absolutely an ambush. You know, they had a bunch of TV cameras there. It was meant to make the news, and it did. It was the most famous town hall of all time.
Right.
And it was meant to be that way. And then anybody who had one after that, it was meant to be the same way, just to show not any exchange of information. Matter of fact, our conference basically said, don't even bother doing them.
Right.
It's just meant to be negative. It's not meant to be informative. And that's unfortunate because it's a useful tool when you get to see people and kind of participate. So most people just do teletown halls now because you can control them. But I wanted to show people that, I'm not afraid to get out there and face the hard questions from both Democrats and Republicans and have a good conversation.
We're on a phone with Congressman Rich McCormick and talking about not only his speech he's going to give this weekend at Morehouse School of Medicine, where he graduated from, where he was elected class president when he graduated from medical school at Morehouse School of Medicine. Now we're talking about his town hall. So what did you hear from your constituents at this last week's town hall?
Most of it was politicized as usual. People, a lot of the questions we had actually didn't have good solutions. You can say from the Republican side, for example, they talked about the temporary protection status of of Haitians, which I just discussed with the administration again to just make sure I had the right understanding of what it meant. There were some Republicans mad about a vote on that, which we had a great conversation with, I thought. And then the Democrats just basically want to hate on Trump. And most of the stuff is just not stuff that's going to make a big difference because it takes 435 members in the House and another 100 in the Senate to pass anything. At least collectively, you need 60 votes in the Senate, and you need a majority in the House. So, and what's funny about that is that means anything that divides the Republican Party will not pass. That also means that anything that's not bipartisan in the Senate will not pass. So people get kind of worked up about things that are very extreme at times that don't really have any chance of passing. Of course, we have a reconciliation to do.
Right.
We just barely passed FISA. We passed.
Well, what do you thought? Well, I want to go back to TPS for the Haitians because you had voted, to your point about Republicans. Why did you vote the way you did on the TPS? And then I want to get to FISA.
Sure. So, well, first of all, let me just say that I clarified this point because somebody challenged me at the town hall saying I misunderstood what TPS was for. They said it didn't apply to the people who came here legally, whether it be from the earthquake or directly from Haiti to work here, which is about 45% of them, which basically can hold jobs, pay taxes. They're here legally. They've broken no laws. And those are the ones I didn't want TPS removed for, because if you remove the TPS, it means they cannot work, but they still get their day in court. So they're still here.
Right.
Now they're just not allowed to work. Now they're basically 100% of them are going to be on welfare.
Right.
Joining the people who came here illegally, waiting for their assignment payments, which means that they're still going to be here on our dime because they can't just be returned to a country that literally has no government. 40,000 thieves run that country right now. They are raping, murdering, and pillaging that country to death.
Right.
And anybody who gets sent back there, as soon as they get off the plane, is going to have a gun stuck in their face. Everything's going to be stripped off of them, and they'll have no place to live, no food to eat, and they may watch their wife get raped in front of them and be taken hostage, or their kids taken hostage, or murdered right there in front of them. And it's happening wholesale over there right now. And the reason it's very personal to me is because I went over there on a mission right after the earthquake as a medical student and set up a clinic while we amputated people's arms and legs and had fasciotomies and took care of these people who were devastated in one of the poorest countries in the world. And since then, I inherited one of the translators, put him through theology school, and he started a mission down there with baptizing people, had a great church going, and that was literally robbed from them. People from his parish were murdered. His wife was threatened. He had to smuggle her out. They're not here in America, but by God, it's very personal to me. And I think as a Christian, I really have a hard time saying to people who came here legally. Now I understand why the people who came across the southern border should go back to Mexico,
Absolutely.
remain in place.
Absolutely.
But the people who came here legally cannot go anywhere other than Haiti. And if they go back there and they didn't break any laws, they're going to be raped, murdered, and taken hostage. I'm not for that. That doesn't make sense to me as an American. And by the way, it's never been done in the history of the United States. Not one time have we ever sent people back to a class 4 country when it comes to instability. That's not how our country works. We'd be setting a new precedent, and I think the reason is it's a knee-jerk reaction in response to what Biden so unlawfully did by allowing over 10 million immigrants to come here illegally and confiscate our tax dollars.
Good for you.
You know, I'm trying to be balanced.
Good for you. Good for you. FISA warrant. Warrants, no warrants. Your thoughts?
You know, I think we struck a good balance. It was abused for a while, and I can understand why people were so upset about, losing their ability to their constitutional rights to privacy and to have an American citizen spied on and stuff like that. So it was absolutely abused. We put in a lot of safeguards in there, and people like Jim Jordan said it's fixed. People like Mr. Turner, who is the chair of Intel, said it was fixed. So I think we struck a pretty good compromise. I got it passed. We also needed the votes in the Senate, 60 votes to pass what we passed. The Freedom Caucus was fighting for more. They wanted more protections, but I think we have adequate protections in there. And quite frankly, if we let it expire, Americans would die. That's literally words straight out of the speaker's mouth. He said, if that expires, we will have people die, and that's based on some classified material we can't really talk about publicly. Right. But it is dangerous stuff if we don't have those safeguards in place.
So as a conservative who has a good, strong libertarian streak in me, should I be concerned, or are there enough protections in me that my government's not spying on me?
I think so. Yeah, for the citizen, I do, and I think we did have some abuses, and like I said, we addressed those. We put in safeguards, and since then, there's been almost none of those abuses that they had before. And so as long as I don't see that pop up again, hopefully it doesn't.
Right.
I think we're okay. And quite frankly, let's face it, we can make all kinds of laws, and the FBI and other people have broken those laws in the past. So we still have to keep an eye on them. That's why we have oversight, and that's why I'm proud to be on the Oversight Committee.
We're on the phone with Congressman Rich McCormick. Before we let you go, Congressman, and I appreciate you coming on and talking about everything, before I let you go, what is your get out the vote message to Republicans? I started my show talking about looking at early voting. First of all, it's only 7% turnout through the end of today. We're about 52 Republicans, meaning 52,000, 53,000 ballots behind the Democrat ballots pulled in this primary election. What is your message to Republicans to vote?
Don't wait. Do not wait. We cannot fall asleep at the wheel. This is a bad indicator for the general. We cannot take this lightly. Our state is at stake, especially the governorship. I mean, we have to maintain the governorship. It will be ruinous to our economy, to passing any good legislation for accountability in the future. If we lose that, these statewide races are extremely important. The local races are super important. We don't have to worry about Congress so much, but the commissioners and the council members and all the local elections, the mayors, that stuff matters a lot. We have to really pay attention to that and get out there, and we got to motivate and keep each other accountable. Literally, we should be looking to see who hasn't voted and going out on the canvas there, especially when we come to the general election. Guys, we got to show up. It is essential.
Congressman Rich McCormick, we appreciate you. We appreciate you joining the Shelley Winter Show. God bless you. Keep up the good work, and we will talk soon. And good luck on Saturday. Knock 'em dead.
I'm excited. We'll send you the link. God bless you. Appreciate you.
No problem. We'll be right back. It's the Shelley Winter Show.